Welcome to our lovely 5D collective, mystic, spiritual, mindful people who know about the body-mind, mind-body connection. So we spot the egos out there that are with the pseudo-intellectuals. I'm pseudoscience, but that's because I know who scientists are. And this guy made me laugh, and he'll make anybody who has nervous system sovereignty laugh. Your left brain is a fascinated child, and your right brain is an indulgent parent. Your left brain is a delusional idiot. Sometimes, yes. I went to the diet. And your right brain is a judgmental asshole. We're doing a diet. But my right brain isn't an asshole to my left brain. And I'm not an idiot. And that's because I get to let you all know when your child is not broken and you know how to have nervous system sovereignty. That's why you notice when pseudo-intellectuals are speaking out of their assholes. Meaning they know some things, but they ignore that molecules of emotion. And they ignore the vagus nerve, and they ignore the body, and they actively go about their way trying to dismantle, trying to say they know everything about the brain and mind, and they ignore the body. So they ignore that the embodied brain is what we have as humans. So they don't know themselves. In fact, it's very clear because they've been cut off. They don't want integration of the brain. They don't even believe in interpersonal neurobiology, let alone do they believe in restorative embodiment and resilience, because they don't believe the body has anything to do with keeping a score. The body keeps a score, mind keeps account, polyvagal theory, awesome. So when people don't want to get their nervous system sovereignty, they're going to follow around the pseudo-intellectuals who don't know about the master and his emissary. Ian Chris, I can't even pronounce the whole thing, sorry. Oh, here's Lisa from Embody How Emotions Are Made, awesome, but one. Dr. Danny Siegel again, he's amazing. Personality and wholeness in therapy. So when you're whole, that's when you're going to be a 5D collective, mystic, spiritual, mindful, because you'll also know existential physics. Yes, we're not afraid that Sabine Hossenfelder can explain everything about existence. It doesn't delete the spiritual ones of us. It doesn't delete any of our ancient stories. Nothing deletes anything and cancels. So with that being said, the human condition. Yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you, Hannah Arendt. People who don't use the concealance approach, who are in colleges and professors and whatever, I'm like, wow, okay, that's why we have people who are not aware of the number of amazing body-mind connected experts. And they actually go about their way trying to say that talking is going to heal. And, you heal because you can self-regulate in your social engagement system. So they all have an element of that which is called truth, but the badass ones, they bring it all together because they know how you're made, and that's because they care about what they do. So interpersonal neurobiology, integration of brain, 9 domains, it works. And just the same way when Stephen Porges explains what rebuttal is. Yes, yeah, I'm doing great, Maria, I'm doing great. No, you're not, but hey, whatever. So if ego wants to hold on to the story of my scientists are right, my history philosophers are right, blah, 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 we say, sure, yeah, you know what? Keep talking. Go have fun. So 3D-4D going to have fun without restorative embodiment resilience. We're going to have fun with restorative embodiment resilience. And some of us don't need yoga, but you better bet yoga does help the ventral vagal portfolio of toning exercises. Mindfulness meditation does help because that helps integration. You have mindset skills. What helps is you know yourself. You have emotions that are stored without words. And so the words are not what we need. What we need is self-regulation skills. That's the first tool. If you can now hold a window welcome to your window of tolerance, that means you don't go offline. You also are connected and you're open-hearted. So you're a body, that's a mind that's saying I and you will consistently not be in a reactive state. And we also won't be cold fucking assholes, because that's exactly what happens when you meet non-bilaterally integrated brain people, is they don't understand what subjective reality means. And they actually think they do. They don't, because they don't put the heart in it, because they refuse to hear 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides, because the right is what holds it all in. The left's like, no, excuse me, lady, you're confusing science for child. No, I'm not. Left brain, it's an idiot because it don't know how to put 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm not judgmental towards my idiot, because I'm like, hey, what are you doing? We don't know everything, but you better bet these people know a bunch of shit. And the people who don't know all of them, well, they just got cocky. I don't get cocky. Ego, what's up? That's why you can always spot ego. It don't die. People who think they know everything. But do I know a lot of things? Yes. Do I know my opinion? Yeah. Do I back down from saying I know who I am? No. And that's my 3-year-old. So it's you can't tell me what to say or think. I'm Maria. And that's why we all have a 3-year-old. We all can seem judgmental and assholes. This is also why we don't actually have a deal with They're not half safe, Patrick Chan. Emotionally immature people and cocky egos are basically idiots to anybody who's emotionally empowered, who doesn't stand down and doesn't delete themselves because somebody doesn't understand. See, you don't suit me. You don't have to see my point of view. You don't have to do any of that. I'm just going to continue to allow myself to be who I am. Personality patterns, temperament, attachment, security. This is what you're seeing right now. It's why you don't back down from being a differentiated self. It doesn't matter who. Oh, and the first test, quote unquote, is your primary parenting collective. So that means your family. I got my mom, my twin, my little sister. Ask them who's the bossy one. Ask them who's got the tone. That's me. I'm still working on it, Mom. I love you, twin, younger sister. I love all my family, but they're the ones who get to put up with me. I get to put up with them, and you know how it works. So join us at HP 5D Collective. It's really fun. All the nervous system sovereign people are going to be here. All the actual restorative, resilient, embodied people are going to be here, and we get to make fun of the pseudo-intellectuals while also knowing they give the poor, weak ones a home to say, we're right and you're wrong, and we think, sure you are. And we don't go near each other because they don't like the ventral energy. They act like morons. Yes, we are very big morons. You better bet we are, and we're not afraid because God always wins, by the way. That's another thing. Yes, mystic here, excuse me, enlightened one with good Christian Catholic upbringing. God doesn't lose. There's no monsters in any of the weak ones. That's why they're weak, W-E-A-K. People can't handle it. They don't know something about the art of war. Sun Tzu, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. I know everything about human beings because I'm a human too. It's amazing to see how Stephen Porges' stuff comes up like that. I'm doing great. No, you're not. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to tell you that because that would be rude of me. And I don't cast stones. I learned how not to because I'm not a teenager of myself anymore. Emotionally immature people, they're immature because if you look away, their confidence is eroded. My confidence don't get eroded if you shut the door. It's like, okay, well, guess that didn't go well. No, it's okay, well, we can agree to disagree. It happens. I mean, I can cry about it. I'll get over it. Oh, this isn't fake. Also, we don't do, I forgave. You don't hold things over. But you do hold memory in moments where I wasn't hurt here. Yep, these are all areas that I am completely aware that my sense of self is not being seen by someone else or a group of people. It's okay, though. I see it. It's not about right or wrong. Left and right. It's not about right or wrong because we don't give a shit about right or wrong. That's why the morons, they do. And then they get lost in these blah, 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 blah. And it's morons because they slow, well, see, this is the thing. I think they slow everything down, but they really don't. They give a place to the people who don't know how to use the two sides of their brain and speed up. And then it's not speed up because you're not mindfully living. It's actually being able to consume content, learn it, acknowledge it, understand it, assimilate it. Wow. And then remember when you meet immature people, what they do. It's always, I'm right, you're wrong kind of deal. I know and you don't. I understand and you can't. And well, okay, well, we all apparently can agree to disagree. So if you know yourself but not the enemy, yeah, well, for every victory gained, you will also suffer defeat. When I didn't know about attachment trauma, that is definitely like, okay, 4D, 3D, you're really off. Something's off, but it's okay. Now I know. I can explain it to you guys. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb to in every battle. So at the end of the day, there's no battles, luckily for us, 5D mystic, spiritual, mindful, living, loving people who are being your true selves. Come and join us. Let's have fun. Because, you know, personality patterns and wholeness, that's what's fun. We get to work with ourselves, and then we get to be friends with people. And then the master and his emissary, we get to meet a bunch of different human beings who don't even know half of what's coming out of their mouth because they don't want to learn how to metabolize that, which is their past that lives through them, because they listen to assholes who tell them that it's not true, that their past lives through them. And that's because those same assholes actually didn't go and do the right thing, which is save their own inner self. And they think that they can do it without the experts. Which is why the 5D Mystic Skeptic Nutritionist Diary, I did it on purpose because science and spirituality, there's a bunch of smart-ass human beings who are the concealings approach. We all come together. The only ones who are divisive are morons, M-O-R-O-N-S. It's ego, and it's hilarious because they're always doing the same shit. It's we're all right and you're all wrong, and then they don't even notice it. And then they don't want to learn more, but they're not in curiosity land. And so, at the end of the day, join us. The 2026 and moving beyond year is going to be fun as I get to organize a lot of different pieces of digital content. You have a 60 holiday journal prompt out there for reflections, expansion, resilience, and human potential on the Pay Hip shop. It's in the description below, and you can become a paid subscriber for our exercises, readings, spotlights we might have. In fact, a spotlight this coming up week, I'm going to contemplate that. In the meantime, we might also have an episode, but please do remember, take care of your emotions, and that's with your nervous system. So doing the social engagement is what you're going to know how to do, and laughing at your left. And then, we laugh and have fun together. I don't do the diet. Why? Are you really serious? We're doing the diet. It's for our health. That's how it works when you're your friend. Yes, when you're down in trouble, then you need someone to, yes, that's why you're friend with yourself. And then you can say, yeah, no, you don't have to see me, my facade friend. You can keep talking over me, and it's okay. I'm cool with that. I got a twin. It's differentiated self-land, and we can continue to know Terriel, our biosphere doesn't always pay us back. No, Dr. Dennis Siegel, our Muisphere, but you gave me a good tip. It's called differentiate a little bit more, Maria. Thanks, Dr. Dan, that worked. And thanks, Terriel, for helping people who want their biosphere to be in harmony. For me, I'll do it all by myself because I self-regulate and have nervous system sovereignty, and whoever wants to join in will do it too. And in the meantime, when we're co-regulating, that's our opportunity to continue to self-regulate in ventral vagal state, and then notice the assholes and who they really are and why, and feel bad. No, feel sad. So sorry, they're not connected to their own body. They're self-righteous, contemptuous baton. They're passing down the legacy of their own trauma without even thinking that they are. Wielding their mouths in ways that make any human being who actually uses two sides of the brain laugh inside and out, which is why you just grow more and more happy as you're in the enlightenment. So Adrian, right here, I understand more and more the joke that Sadhguru shared about this king in a castle and a sage laughing at the end of the castle. And the king just couldn't stand that this guy just laughed every time he saw him coming in and out of his castle. So he has the guards go to ask him why he's laughing, and he laughs in the face of the guards. And then he goes up and he starts asking him, and then the sage is like, you trust these guards with your life, but you don't know them. And the king becomes paranoid. So now he's asking advice to the sage, and eventually the sage is like, just go back up to your room, put a wall up, close it up, and there you go. He's like, but then I won't come out. And he's like, and he starts laughing, or Sadhguru basically shares it's not like you're living life anyways. So when people lock themselves in their little stories, that's why, yes, it's very easy to notice when they're cut off from Purusha, pure consciousness, Prakriti, pure energy. Cut off from the masculine and the feminine. Shiva, Shakti. I bring it all in, remember? So yeah, they're basically dark sides of neuroplasticity. I know everything. And then they do this thing with Hansel and Gretel. And then they continue to assume, and then they continue to not notice your biases, your idea, all of it. You're building up a little castle. You're not reading in the absence of all this stuff. Put it all to the side. Welcome board, flow people. Come on over, because, yeah, seriously, I've noticed this in my classes, in high school, in college. Now I'm a grown human being, professionals, you name it. And now there's a bunch of scientists that I'm noticing, the pseudo-intellectual scientists. So yes, words don't mean anything to the people who notice. Everyone is using them. The ones who have substance, we will know who we are. The ones who lack substance, but they have a following and a crowd, it's because they told them, like Peter Pan, here's what we're going to do. And you got lost boys following them. We don't follow around Peter Pan. Peter Pan follow around Wendy. We spot the Wendy, we spot the Peter Pan, we spot the lost boys. Emotionally immature people, yes, they're morons. That's about it. Not on the high emotional intelligence scale. They're not even on the low emotional intelligence scale. They're not near intelligence of emotions at all. Their intellect makes them sound like a parakeet. And then when they get all nasty, it ain't interesting, because they don't break our heart. And they're not monsters. They're just very, very not connected people who think they know everything with half a brain working. And they don't believe in the scientists that give them a way to get better, because that's ego's thing. You see what I'm saying?